Hello, everyone. We had to do a redo, so we're gonna do it right now. This is Kendrick just telling you that the Pro Wrestling Show is all new right now, a live edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. All right, on the Pro Wrestling Show this week, man, we talk about the SmackDown Ring Report on SmackDown this week. The Tribal Chief, the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, sends a blatant, violent message to his challenger Kevin Owens and his cousin Jay for trying to put his 2 cents in, trying to step into the family business. And Jay made it all about himself rather than trying to lead off the dead weight and stuff. We'll have that. Plus on AEW, Kenny Omega is the new AEW AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Got tongue tied a little bit. He's the new World Heavyweight Champion with the help and assistance of his friend Impact Executive Don Callis. We'll talk about that on what this relationship between Callis and Omega going forward, and we'll talk about the phenomenal debut that many people didn't see coming but saw coming. The Stinger, Sting, appears on AEW. He appears on TNT in 20 years. They say 18, but it's going to be 2021. He hasn't been on TNT in 20 years, since 2001, since WWE brought WCW. Sting makes his return. We'll talk about Kenny Omega winning the World Championship from John Moxley. And also, we'll talk about in Hot Topics the legendary life of Pat Patterson, the first Intercontinental Champion, the creator of the Royal Rumble match itself. Pat Patterson passed away this week from cancer. We'll get to this and all as an all new pro wrestling show starts after the countdown. You know what time it is. It's the Pro Wrestling Show here. Thank you all for watching this live edition of Pro Wrestling Show. Live, unpredictable, unannounced Pro Wrestling Show. So if everything goes well and swell, we might go live on Saturday. So first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, subscribe. We hear the Pro Wrestling Show, love wrestling, and we know you do. We make pro wrestling content for you, the pro wrestling audience. Thank you all for watching this edition of Pro Wrestling Show. So, like I said, going forward, we're gonna have 3 pro wrestling shows, live reactions to Raw on either Monday night, late Monday night, or Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, one of the two, or with AEW in AEW and NXT going on Wednesdays and SmackDown going on Fridays. We're doing it for the experiment for Saturday. So we're experimenting with stuff. So we want to thank you for watching. Thank you all for watching once again. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll go live tomorrow for the Pro Wrestling Show presents NXT Takeover. Right there, you see right there on the bottom of your screen. Thank you, Director. Takeover present War Games. This coming up. It was gonna be Saturday, but we're gonna be Sunday. It's gonna be on the WWE Network, but we'll have the live predict the outcome for Sunday. So let's get to the SmackDown Ring Report this week. All right, the SmackDown Ring Report kicked off. SmackDown has become a better show on the SmackDown Ring Report. So thank you, right there, Director. SmackDown Ring Report. So we kick things off with the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. As you see right here, the director comes hands on in. Roman Reigns had an interview segment this week on SmackDown, and he with Paul Heyman and Jay and all of them talked about the elephant in the room with Kevin Owens, Kayla Braxton held court and interviewed the Universal Champion on his thoughts, his opinions on everything. And Roman made mention like Caleb was an amateur, so he wanted Paul Heyman to step in. Heyman stepped in. Heyman kind of gave his analysis on what to do, what to say, and then Roman with that slight look on his face right there, he like, you don't know what you talking about. And Roman, look at Paul Heyman too. You remember to see Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman looking like, oh God, you tricked him off. The Roman explained that Kevin Owens is nothing, and they will meet at TLC. And this should be a barn burner between KO, Roman Reigns. Um, it's gonna be and what does Jay Uso, right here. Roman Reigns defends the Universal Championship against Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell on the WWE Network. So it'll be December 20th. So Roman looking forward to shutting up KO's mouth. And KO's trying to involve himself into the family business. Also, Bayley was in action this week, the former SmackDown Women's Champion. Bayley took on Natalya one-on-one. So Bayley, she went against Natalya this week in a hard, grueling match between the two former SmackDown Women's Champions. I forgot Natalya is a former SmackDown Women's Champion. And Bayley, having her debut with having her issues with Bianca Belair, who was at ringside. Bayley doing maneuvers and stuff. Bianca Belair was at ringside during the commentary of this match, and giving her thoughts on what about Bayley. But you can see right here Natalya sending Bayley down with a drop kick. Natalya executing a suplex, a snap suplex she's famous for. Also, Bayley, Natalya was of her version of abdominal stretch, and Bayley tries to kick Natalya in the head, but Bayley succumbed to the sharpshooter, which tapped out, and Bianca Belair looking at Bayley like, "What happened to you, sis? What happened to you?" Also, a huge six-man tag team match featuring former Intercontinental Champions and current Intercontinental Champion as Daniel Bryan teamed up with Rey Mysterio and Big E to go against the team of Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, and Dolph Ziggler. You see right here, Big E trying to, I guess what you say with Big E, being Big E. Nobody don't wanna nobody don't want you to do no show. um Hold on a second, folks. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that, folks. See right here, Big E was splashing Shinsuke Nakamura and kicking Nakamura. Nakamura with a fence right there, kicking him in the head. And Rey Mysterio trying to do the head scissors on Sami Zayn. It was a good, fast-paced six-man tag team match. It was back and forth, move after move. Sami Zayn with the power bomb to Rey, and then the final coup de grace. As you see right here, Daniel Bryan making Sami Zayn tap out with the Leslie. So does that make Daniel Bryan the new number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship? That's a question we'll see going forward. And you see right here, Dolph Ziggler receiving the big ending. And then you see the three men, Ziggler, Big E, and Ray celebrating with Ziggler laid out in the ring. So that leads to speculation on that, on what's going on. So there's a lot going on with that. Also, King Corbin was in action against Rey Mysterio's um, newfound ally, Murphy, with girlfriend, on-screen girlfriend Leah. Leah was in with Murphy in his corner. Murphy took on King Corbin, who King Corbin is taking Seth Rollins in place. Seth Rollins arrived for the arrival of his child with Becky Lynch. Also, King Corbin throwing Murphy through the through the barricade. Murphy tried to use some offensive maneuvers with a drop kick right there. But now King Corbin has new henchmen who are known as the Forgotten Sons. If you remember the Forgotten Sons, you remember them. You know what I'm talking about, Forgotten Sons. You remember this group right here, Forgotten Sons. Now, since Jackson Riker, who you right here, you see right here, he has still in the company, but they don't know what to do with him, and they say he still has heat. So King Murphy found him some new allies in the henchmen. Well, King Corbin got the assist and took advantage with the end of days and pinned Murphy, and along with his new henchmen, his knights, whatever you want to call them, whatever they're gonna come up with, they made a move and groove, and you saw the Mysterio family looking seed. And I don't even see Mama Mysterio. What happened to Mama Mysterio? I don't see her around no more. What's that? It's just Aaliyah, Dominic, and Bray. What's Mama Mysterio at? Mama Mysterio, where are you? Like Scooby Doo. Oh Lord. But you know how it is. Also, SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks did an interview segment along with Carmella, two-face interview with Michael Cole, and they talked about their upcoming match at TLC for the SmackDown Women's Championship between these two lovely women. So Sasha Banks looking forward to challenging Carmella. She's tired of the sneak attacks from Carmella, and Carmella's tired of just being known as a footnote. She wants to be taken serious, and this is her chance to take the title from Sasha. And this was coming. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen in the way it was going to happen. So we're going to see the match at TLC and stuff. Also, Universal Champion Roman Reigns and his cousin Jay was in tag team action, where they went against Contender Kevin Owens and Otis. Now, I was trying to figure out why Otis got something into the picture, so I had to remind myself that Otis got attacked by Jay, so Jay's trying to get revenge on Otis, and you see right here, this long arm clothesline, and then you see right here, Jay hit the Samoan drop on him, and then Roman Reigns using the guillotine chokehold. Would this be an indication for TLC next Sunday? Not this Sunday, not this next Sunday, but Sunday from two weeks from this Sunday on the WWE Network. And then all of a sudden, Roman and Jay got in the fun of swinging chairs at Kevin Owens, and then they kept swinging at Kevin Owens out of nowhere, swinging back and forth. I was like, whoa. You can see this right here. This is great graphics right here. This is good. This is good. This is good. Right. Keep showing. Okay. Yeah. And then Jay tried to go up top and hit the splash. And he did. And then Jay did try to do from a vertical view with the chair and, hit himself with it. Then he took like a frog splash, and then all of a sudden his cousin Roman attacked Jay, who done all the damage. Roman attacked him. I think Roman did that because Jay was doing the sliding. You remember that interview segment that Jay was kind of showboating, and you can see right there in the interview, Jay was showboating, and Jay took advantage of himself to show it. And then Roman decided to attack Jay out of nowhere. And Roman left both men laying there in the middle of the ring. sending a message. So Roman Reigns trying to get himself more heat because he knows he will face Kevin Owens. And what does Jay got to do with Jay was trying to help him? And he did all that on Jay. Wow. I tell you right now, it just gets weirder and weirder each and every week on SmackDown with Roman Reigns. It's like he said himself, told WWE champion Drew McIntyre, this is my show, this is my rules. So we love living in his show and his rules. Yeah. All right. That ends the SmackDown Ring Report. Let's move forward to the AEW Ring Report. All right, on AEW Ring Report this week. AEW Ring Report this week. Like I said, AEW kind of changed the fortunes of what's going on in wrestling. Now you remember when Tony Khan had made mention that Tony Khan made mention that let's go right here. Let's go. Tony Khan made mention that the balance of power is coming. And nobody didn't know what he was talking about. Everybody thought, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. The balance of power, what's going on. And he made it clear about balance of power, all right. He made it real clear. Let's get started with the championship match. Well, that's the highlights. Well, you see right here, Jon Moxley defending his world championship, and he was going against Kenny Omega. I was like, this was too quick, too early, too soon. And it turned out Don Callis was at ringside watching this match. And many people was like, what Don Callis doing out here? He keeps coming at Kenny Omega match. So when you put two and two together, I was like, something ain't adding up. So Callis made it seem like, what's going on here for real? And it turned out Don Callis was helping Kenny Omega, gave Kenny Omega the microphone, gave him the microphone behind the champion Jon Moxley's back. Jon Moxley not paying attention, and all of a sudden, this happens. Kenny Omega wins the AEW World Heavyweight Championship with the help of Don Callis, and he lives his dream as the top man in AEW, the cleaner. Kenny Omega wins the world title, and it was complete shock, and it was like, what's going on? But it was more shock and more chaos when Don Callis and Kenny Omega was leaving AEW. They left, passing Tony Khan, and Don Callis said, we're going to Impact. So Kenny Omega will appear on Impact Wrestling this week with Don Callis, and we don't even know what's going on with that. It's getting more crazy and more weirder as each week by week. So many people are speculating that Don Callis might leave Impact and be Kenny Omega's manager going to AEW. And, you know, if that happens, that's great. Great and grand. But it's good Kenny Omega the champion, but I thought we were going to wait till February. I think they just rushed it. So it is what it is. And Tony Khan made some comment about AEW almost beat 1 million, which is true, but don't tell about it, just be about it. And I think that's his problem. You can't just, you just starting wrestling, but you're in your cap with wrestling. But don't just tout it. Be like how Vince is. Vince might be old man and might this, but Vince just keeps to himself. So you had to do stuff like that in order to stuff. Also, another big debut that many people didn't see coming. I really didn't see coming. Sting, the man they call Sting, debut on AEW right here. The Stinger, finally back on TNT within a 20-year absence. JR and Tony Schiavone and S. was saying 18 years. Well, it's gonna be March. It's gonna be 2021. It's gonna be close to March, so might well say 20 years. It's been 20 years since Sting has appeared on AEW, not WCW, but on TNT. He's back on the network that was on WCW way back in the 90s. And I was so impressed. Sting coming back. That's why they had the title Winter is Coming. Winter did come, and it came in a big way with Sting. And when you saw the package, when Sting came out there, when I saw the bird, I'm like, a snowbird. and it came out. Sting came out there with the Scorpion, and I think Sting debut was good and impactful. But if we had a crowd, yeah. But when Sting came to WWE, that was more effective. So I can see that. So they said this week Sting will speak. Sting speaks next week on AEW Dynamite. He's gonna talk to Tony Schiavone. It's like WCW right all over again. It's like WCW rebounded once again, and I'm so excited for Sting to come back to the TNT, the Turner Network, the home that he was once made a phenomenal worldwide star. I'm so glad, and you can see right here, Sting came to everybody. He came to Arn Anderson. Looked at Arn Anderson in the face. Looked at Cody in the face. Looked at Dustin Runnels in the face, and he looked at Darby Allin like this is the future. This is the future of wrestling. And it was the future of wrestling indeed. And I'm so happy, so elated that Sting is back on TNT. He's back home, and he has found some new home. Sting spanned his career from the NWA to UWF to WCW when he became a worldwide star. And he came to TNA. He helped rejuvenate. TNA was born, rejuvenated to TNA to what it is, what it once was. When the TNA is now with a world class to what with Ken Omega and Don Callis coming to TNT, and Ken Omega and Don Callis come to Impact this week. So it's kind of how that go. But I'm so happy Sting is back. Sting coming back to where he was for the foundation. Sting coming back here on TNT. He's coming to AEW. Found a new home. Yes, you can tell he was unhappy in WWE. He comes back with a new, just being Sting. And many people saying he's 61 years old. What can he have left? Sting has a lot left in him. He just, worked a couple of matches and being some tag team matches. That's a perfect scenario. Sting, Cody, and Darby Allin against Will Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Brian Casey. If you do it right and have Sting do the finish, let Sting be in there 55 minutes and get that final pinfall and make Sting look good and make all of them look good. So I'm so happy Sting is back. And this week on Dynamite, Sting will speak this week with Tony Schiavone, the long-awaited interview that many people thought would not happen, and it happens again. Sting coming back, 20-year, a 20-year absence on TNT. He's back on TNT. It's gonna be it's a feel-good moment, and no question about it. Also on AEW to look forward to on Dynamite, we're gonna have what the the inner circle ultimatum. What does this mean? Who's gonna lead the inner circle? Would it be Jericho or MJF or any one of them? We just have to wait and see this week. Also, Dustin Rhodes versus the Inner Circle's 10. The Inner Circle's 10 has been in great shape. And then Dustin Reynolds, a veteran in the ring. These two will clash this week. Also, Abagon, she's kind of a little weird and a little bit eccentric, but she'll be in action this week. Is she next in line to become a number one contender for the AEW Women's Championship? We have to wait and see on that notion. So a lot to get to. All right, let's get to hot topics. All right, on hot topics this week, hot topics, we want to send our thoughts and condolences. We did so on that short show we was trying to do, but unfortunately, with technical difficulties, thank God we got good difficult technical stuff this week. But WWE Hall of Famer Pat Patterson, who was a living legend, if you know what I mean, a living legend in WWE, passed away at the age of 79 years old. Pat Patterson, one of the all-time greats in the sport. Pat Patterson was the first Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. He won it in Rio de Janeiro, and he left a lasting impression on what he had lived. And another lasting impression was he created the Royal Rumble. Never before, never will be implicated, nor will be done before again. The Royal Rumble match has been a spectator sport, an annual event for WWE. 30 men compete in a Royal Rumble match with 2 different intervals coming out until the 30 man come out. Pat Patterson laid a trail blazing. He was the backstage consultant for WWE. He was Mr. McMahon's right hand man, and how fitting. And then Pat Patterson was openly gay, so Pat Patterson leaves a legacy in wrestling that many people would do in wrestling. So with Pat Patterson, it's you know it's sad to hear, but knowing Pat Patterson, he will be missed. Um, like I said, it's sad that you see right here The Rock, all of them paying their respects. So Pat Patterson will be missed in there. Um, what memories do I have? Pat Patterson. What can I say? Pat Patterson was part of the Attitude Era with the Stooges in wrestling. Many you remember the Stooges, Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson. Gerald Briscoe did a heartfelt, touching tribute to his friend Pat Patterson, and it's sort of that what's going on with Pat. So Pat Patterson will be missed, and he will be remembered and remissed. Also, NWA had Shockwave this week. The NWA had Shockwave. NWA Shockwave was sort of like repeat matches of NWA UWN. So NWA, it was just okay, but it was like matches that you did if you didn't buy their pay per view, you would get to see it for yourself. So it was okay, but it wasn't compelling. But it was more like I was more in tune with Dynamite and Dark. Because I love hearing Taz. Taz be like killing me. Taz be saying crazy stuff. Taz be saying stuff that's the truth. You got to go with what Taz say. Like I'll see NWA Shockwave later, but it just they got the stars and stuff. They show the world championship match between Mike Bennett and Nick Aldis that happened a month ago. They show Eli Drake, and then they show women's match. So it lost my interest. So also the UWN suspend their prime time line due to COVID. Now that's the same place I was talking about with the NWA, the UWN suspended with COVID. They don't know what the situation is going forward. So we had to see. But if I was them, just put it as NWA. Simple, just NWA. Also, Jimmy Ray has an amputee arm, announced his retirement. Jimmy Ray of the Rock and Ray infection with Lance Holt and Christy Hemmings back in TNA announced that his retirement. He had to amputate his arm. So our prayers and condolences go to Jimmy Ray, who's trying to get himself together. So Jimmy Ray, Godspeed. Also, Dwayne Gilbert had suffered a heart attack. He's recovering. So Dwayne Gilbert has done it. But he said he'll be okay. And our prayers are with him at this time as well. Also, WWE's WrestleMania celebrity, Mike Tyson, and he recently was appeared on AEW with feuding with Jericho. And he won his match against Roy Jones Jr. in a boxing match. So Roy Jones Jr. and Snoop Dogg was there too. He's a WrestleMania celebrity as well. Mike Tyson, Snoop Dogg, they draw on ratings. I don't see why AEW trying to get Shaq, and they got Shaq. They're teasing it, but they ain't doing nothing with Shaq. They had Mike Tyson. I don't know what that went wrong. Also, WWE surpassed 70 million on YouTube. So WWE passed 70 million on YouTube, 70 million subscribers. Congratulations in order to WWE. Also, WWE announced the new PC recruits of the Rascals. Many of you may remember the Rascals from Impact Wrestling. They had that final farewell match this week. Right here, the Rascals, Trey Miguel. I'll tell you later what's going on with Trey. Pete Wentz and Damian Xavier, they're going to WWE as a new recruit for WWE. But what was missing was Trey Miguel. He has not made up his mind what he wants to do, and he's considering WWE or AEW. So Trey right here, Trey, your boys are in WWE now, so You might well go head to WWE and head with your boys. I don't see why they didn't put him in the recruit class. Maybe he had cold feet. I don't know. No trade. You got to reconsider. Look at WWE or AEW. I get both, but look what is gonna make sense. And then your friends are in WWE, so you would likely want to go to WWE. So what's going on with that? I just don't get it. Also, David Boy Smith finishes up with MLW. There's been reports that David Boy Smith might head either to Impact, WWE, or AEW. I think he should go to AEW and film with Jake the Snake and Lance Archer. You know, him and Lance Archer got history as a team together. So I can see that happening down the road if he goes. And then he got connections in WWE as well with his cousin Natalya and her husband Tyson Kidd. So either those two places I see him going. If he go to Impact, he could probably be a heavyweight champion. You never know. Might do something his dad tried to do, never did get the chance to do. Also, we talked about Sting signed a full-time deal. Sting, you know, hey, good for the Stinger. We love hearing about Sting, and Sting is gonna be that Sting. And Tessa Blanchard has been. We have reports that Tessa Blanchard, the AEW is not interested in Tessa Blanchard at the moment. Now, despite AEW having a lack of a women's division, I would slowly tell Tony Khan to reconsider that notion because WWE and Tessa Blanchard has been in talks, but nothing has come to fruition. So if I'm AEW and I know my women's division not sucks, and I want to bring someone in to help that women's division and have an incredible name, think about it. Tessa in AEW running AEW women's division, the AEW women's champion. And think about Charlotte running WWE as the Raw Women's Champion. Come on now, let's put two and two together. You know, then if they do come together in WWE, gonna be the four horsewomen for real. The daughter of Ric Flair and the daughter of Tully Blanchard. You know, people just don't. But I heavily hope AEW seriously reconsider that notion because I think Tessa Blanchard would be a phenomenal talent to that roster. Now I get what's going on with the racism comments. You know, people it's not acceptable being racist if she is allegedly that racist. Now she can apologize and move on, but I look at it like she needs to be wrestling on AEW. She'll be a good fit for AEW. Many of you think so? Look at her. She can be in AEW. She can be like she can run. I'm AEW Women's Champion, Tessa Blanchard. You know, stuff like that. So I can see that notion and stuff. So hopefully AEW get their panties in a bunch and sign her, or maybe WWE needs some more women for their if they do get Tessa Blanchard. What show do you think she'll be on? Raw or SmackDown? I can see her on SmackDown and going against Sasha. I can see that, but I don't know. I don't know what her reputation is right now, and if it ain't good enough, you know how that be. But I'd like to see Tessa Blanchard doing something, productive. She's a former Impact champion, for God's sakes. So hey, this is what it is. All right, we passed through the threshold. Thank God. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. So we got through that. But we thank you all for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow for another edition for the Pro Wrestling Show presents the WWE NXT War Games this Sunday on the network. And we'll have the predicted outcome here tomorrow at 12. So look out for that. For all this and more, thank you all for watching. And hey, do something good in this world. You never know. As they said, this world is imperfect, but we can leave this world doing something good. So for that message, I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.